Okay, round one. Not an ideal starting hand. I'd rather have a 3-land hand just so we know we can cast something. But gonna go ahead and keep. We'll have 2 draw steps to find a swamp. With 9 more in our deck, 50-50 chance, roughly, to draw a swamp in the next 2 turns. Having the Exquisite Blood in our hand, it's something that we can play with in mind, playing towards that goal. Okay, make it or break it time. Do we draw something or do we look silly? And we hit. Running land on this next turn would be a little ridiculous, popping down a familiar and attacking with a 5/4. Otherwise, we're stonewalled here. No. Okay, so Gloom Surgeon does nothing right now. So let's put down our Geist because it's mana efficient for the turn, and if we draw another land, we could potentially just death touch that wall. Not like he'd block it anyway, though. He'd just block the Fiend. Interesting. That would be an odd choice to... That actually might force him to block the Geist here, and then... Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so change of plans. We're going into Druid's Familiar. Going over the top of your Forest Mage. I'm going to go with the Fiend because a 4/3 flyer does nothing to this point. So his 3 colors went running Forest Island Plains, or Forest Plains Island. He might be short on lands here. Yep, he missed his second land drop, so... Okay, well, that's an easy target now with the Bone Splinters. Ideally, I'll want to drop Exquisite Blood before I do that, though. So let's explore some other options for now. And looks like attacking with the Geist, calling his bluff here. It's going to open up his Soulbound for the next turn, whatever he plays. Alright, fits his plan so far. It's got some decent stall tactics, and then try and mill me out. So, because of that, Gloom Surgeon might be a nice card to take out next game. I don't want to be hurting my libraries. He's doing the same. I'm ahead on the race now that I was able to get in that 1 Soul Cage Fiend hit. So, not too concerned. And we've missed our land drops a few times now, so not too concerned with having Exquisite Blood down before I Bone Splinters. So what I think I'd like to do is Gloom Widow, followed by Bone Splintering his Mentor, and then attacking. No reason to do the Gloom Widow after combat since he's tapped out. And Bone Splinter before combat means if he wants to mill me for 2 while the Mentor is still alive, he's not going to be able to block at all. Not that I think he'd want to block anyway, but just remove that option. Yeah, good, he did. So we don't have to potentially trade a familiar for a Force Mage. So turn should end up 17-10. Me with the better board presence and the better open soulbound socket. I think it's just going to be a race to 5 and 6 mana now, though, because we both seem to have some spells in our hand that we can't use just yet. So he's already gotten there. Hopefully we draw running lands. Would be very nice. Exquisite Blood followed by a Howlgeist. Interesting. So Wandering Wolf on our familiar and attacking with both of our creatures. Now that the Mentor's gone, Gloom Surgeon's fine. He's going to have really high incentive to block my Druid's Familiar now, because he'll want to reduce my Wandering Wolf, but I'm fine with that. Just take out the Force Mage and then drop a Gloom Surgeon. I didn't even notice that his one Mentor use took out our driver, so that's unfortunate. And he does have the Bruno. Okay. Hopefully for one of our other 2 Bone Splinters. Still no land, so Tracker, Connoisseur, pass. The kicker is this thing has Vigilance, so he's going to be able to even up these life totals fairly quickly here. And some beef. Okay. There's our 5th. So attacking here only does 2 damage to him. Well, no. Yeah, 2 damage to him, and we gain 2 life. Losing 3 of our creatures in the process, so... I guess the plan here is maybe block with a Gloom Surgeon and then sack it to the Connoisseur before damage is dealt. Maybe Tracker his Ranger next turn with my Gloom Widow and attack with everything if he doesn't have a creature this turn. I'm wondering if it's worth it just to do 1 hit here. It probably is. I'm at 22 cards right now, so... Okay, so there was our Frailty, which didn't really help us at this point anyway. So there's still 2 Bone Splinters in the deck as outs. Wonderful. Vorse Claw Soulbound. Yep. There we go. Okay. So, Bone Splinters. wondering if I should tracker his ranger. Yeah, tracker his ranger first with the Gloom Surgeon. Because if I tracker using my Gloom Widow, then it's going to have 1 damage on it, and he could block with the Alchemist and finish it off. No. Yeah, 2 from the Ranger and 1 from the Alchemist, so. And I don't have the mana for anything else this turn, so. This will make it so he only has 1 blocker, and I'll gain some life back. Ugh, he's got a trick. That's horrible. Okay, well, at least I didn't do that on the attack. Interesting. Still splintering your dude. I think it's actually got to be the wolf at this point. I might need the surgeon for 1 more block. And the wolf's not getting in anytime soon, so. Luckily, we did that before the Bone Splinters, because he still would have been able to untap the Vorse Claw and save his Bruna, so that was decent ordering of those abilities at the very least. I mean, we came out a little ahead. But for now, we're looking to block and hopefully just draw land. We've only milled, well, 1 we exiled 4 and discarded 1, so that's 5 in our 5, so there's 7 left. So our deck's 50% land, so. Of course he did. So I'm going to 1. I mean, I could block with the Connoisseur and the Surgeon just to save myself 1 life, but that doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to put down the Connoisseur here. That does it. Death Touch. Just hope he doesn't have another creature. Or do I just hit the Pathbreaker Worm? Yeah. And I'm still dead.